I'm just going to show you how to create a custom intent audience on YouTube. You can also use this audience across Google Display Network, so for display or any YouTube activity that you're running. So what custom intent is it's keyword targeting basically, but rather than targeting contextually, like the standard keyword targeting on AdWords does, it uses search queries. So it's more intent focused. So it's hooking into Google search data and utilizing keywords that way. So that's where you can target users with longer tail keywords and lower down on the funnel. So the way to do that is in Audience Manager. So just hit the little tools button there, head over to Audience Manager. This is where you can create your remarketing audiences and your custom audiences. So jump into custom audiences and you can just hit the plus button there. And what we want is a custom intent. So this is where people are actively researching products and services. So it's quite similar to your in-market affinity audiences, where over the last 2 to 4 weeks, Google's determined those users to be in market for particular products and services, but your custom intent is going to determine it via their search history, what they're actually searching for on Google. So it's a great way to target users when they're actively seeking something that you may be selling. So what you want to do is just create a name. So I'll just go test audience. This is where you can jump in and add in your keywords and URLs. Now, I've spoken to a rep from Google and they recommended that you use only keywords, even though here it says use keywords and URLs. So straight off the bat, I would test just using keywords and see how it performs. They've also said that you can add up to 5,000 keywords. So what I would do if you're sourcing keywords, I would use the keyword planner, which is just here, and I would use the top option here to search for new keywords. I'm just going to put in Australia as a targeting. It's already there. So if I was to target people interested in Invisalign, for example, I'll just take the domain name, dump it in there, and get ideas. And this is going to populate keywords based off of the landing page that I've just put in the keyword planner. So you can see here it gives you the month-on-month trends, the search volume for terms related to this domain, so invisalign.com.au. I'm just going to sort by volume. So you can sort by the volume of average monthly searches, and it gives you a suggested bid if you were going to run these on the search network and bid on these keywords individually. But don't pay too much attention to this right now because it's not really relevant to the audience that we're targeting or that we're putting together here. So I would just sort those by monthly searches and I would download the Excel file. So once that loads, we'll just open it up and then we'll sort through those keywords and we'll be able to add them into our audience. So this is them here now. I'm just going to get rid of all the columns that aren't relevant. So basically the ones I'm going to keep are the keyword itself and the average monthly searches. Just going to put a filter on that. Get rid of the seed domain and sort by largest to smallest. This way, I know that these ones at the top are the most important to me. I would go through and delete the ones that maybe aren't relevant. So now we're sorted, I'll delete that. What we want to do now is we want to add in a comma so that we can easily add them into our audience. So what I've just done there is select the cell here, which is the word, hit the and sign, and then whatever's inside of these apostrophes is going to be appended or added on to the end of the word. So I'm just saying this cell and a comma. Then you just hit enter. Oops. And I'm just going to highlight these because these cells are all still going to be formulated. I just want to paste them as values. So I'm just going to paste as values over the top. And I'm going to copy them one more time, come over to this cell, and I want to, copy. Once these are copied, I want to have them transposed. So that basically just takes it from a vertical column to a horizontal column. Now they're all in horizontal format with commas. So now, once we copy those across, we can easily paste them into the audience field here. So this is how, and hit enter. And once it hits enter, Google will recognize the commas after each term and break them up into their individual keywords. So what we can then do is over on the right-hand side, get an estimate for the audience size. And Google's telling us that with the keywords that we just input, our audience, there's a lot of unknowns, but primarily they're going to be maybe aged between 55 and 64. It's relatively an even distribution there, you can see. But majority of them typically here are going to be female. Google's data is telling us that they're more likely to not be a parent. And there's about 1 million to 5 million cookies. So this is how, once we hit create, you can create a custom intent audience based off of those keywords that we've just pulled in from the keyword planner. And you can see that we have about 640 keywords that we've just input into this audience. So it's quite a sizable audience. You should see some volume once you add that into your Google Display Network or YouTube campaign. So this is a great audience to test. I've run it with a remarketing campaign as sort of an A/B split test, and I did see this custom intent audience drive higher click-through rates. So it's definitely something I would consider adding in to test for your campaigns.